Right, see the question number 1. Not given trial balance. If it has not given trial balance, those are not recorded yet. Therefore, you have to apply all 4 steps. But given gross salary 400,000, දැන් මේක තේරුම් ගන්න මේ trial balance එකක් දීලා නැත්තම් මොකද කරන්නේ? දැන් question number 3 එකේ trial balance එකක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ. And question number 5 also already discussed. 5 has given salary trial balance and EP payable account balance also available. That from the beginning, question number 1. First one, you have to know how to calculate depreciation. Think how to calculate EPF and ETF. How to calculate EPF and ETF. Question number 1. Given gross salary 400,000. Given gross salary 400,000. Think about EPF and ETF adjustment. Gross salary is given 400,000. Right, EPF divided by 2 parts. Employee as well as employer contribution. On the EPF clear and try karan. Question number 1. EPF divided by 2 parts. Employee contribution as well as employer contribution. But ETF only employer contribution. First one, try to complete calculation parts. Then think recording part also. Right, question number 1. EPF divided by 2 parts. Employee as well as employer. ETF only employer. ETF only employer. ETF only employer. But given thing percentage equal employee 10%, employer 15%, ETF only employer 5%. This is the legal requirements. EPF and ETF fund maintained by the central bank. Maintained by the central bank. And given gross salary 400,000, therefore based on gross salary value should be calculated 10%, 15% based on gross salary as well as 5%. Think here will be equal 40,000 and here 60,000. Here will be equal 20,000. First one, you have to know how to calculate EPF and ATF. Think it has not given trial balance. If it has not given trial balance, those are not recorded yet. Then the net salary should be calculated. Think gross salary. From gross salary, think gross salary equal 400,000. Deduct EPF employee contribution. Deduct EPF employee. EPF employee contribution equal 40,000. Therefore, think gross salary minus EPF contribution of employee. Answer is the net salary. Answer is the net salary. Think gross salary minus EPF employee equal net salary. You have to know how to calculate net salary also. Think employee also give their contribution for EPF fund. For one employee කොටසක් යවන්න බාන්න. හැම මාසෙම salary වලින් කොටසක් යවන්න ඕන central bank එකට. For EPF, both employee and employer give their contribution. Therefore, when we are going to record the ledger accounts, you have to apply 4 steps. Step number 1, net salary. Then second steps, employee contribution. Employer contribution for EPF as well as ETF employer contribution. Think how to record the ledger accounts. Salary accounts as well as cash accounts think cash accounts, then EPF expense accounts, as well as EPF payable, ETF expense accounts, and ETF payable accounts. You have to prepare 6 ledger accounts. Think salary. This is salary accounts and cash accounts. Then EPF expense accounts and EPF payable, as well as ETF expense accounts, and ETF payable. Prepare the ledger account like this. First one, you have to know how to calculate EPF and ETF. Think how to calculate EPF and ETF. Then think how to calculate net salary also. You have to apply 4 steps. Prepare working like that. Not given trial balance. It means those are not recorded yet. Therefore, you have to apply. There are 4 steps to be applied. 4 steps. Right from the beginning, net salary paid in cash should be records. Net salary paid in cash should be records. This is step number 1. Value should be calculated based on gross salary. Then net salary equal from gross salary deduct employee contribution. Employee, very important this part, not employer. From gross salary deduct only employee contribution. Therefore, this is value paid in cash to the employee as a salary. Therefore, effect for cash decrease. Cash account credit, salary account debits. Record values in 1000. Therefore, paid in cash equal 360. Cash account credit 360. Salary account debit 360. Therefore, here as a cash, here as a salary. Step number 1. Think step number 1. Cash account credit, salary account debit. Second steps, employee contribution 40,000. Employee contribution also part of salary. Think step number 1, net salary paid in cash. Cash account credit, salary account debit. Second step, employee contribution also part of salary. Double entry, salary account debit 40. EPF payable account credit 40. Think salary account debit as EPF payable. EPF payable account credit as a salary. Therefore, this is the second steps. Salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. Salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. Contribution of employee part of salary. Contribution of employee part of salary. Salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. Then think employer contribution. Employer mean business. Cannot be deduct from salary. It is another expense of the business. Another expense 60,000. Therefore, double entry, EPF expense account debit. It is not paid for salary. EPF expense account debit 60 as EPF payable. EPF payable account credit 60 as EPF expense. Think third steps. EPF expense account debit, EPF payable account credit. Third steps. EPF expense account debit, EPF payable account credit. Employer contribution, it is not part of salary, should not be deduct from salary. It is another expense. ETF also same way. Only employer give their contribution. Only employer give their contribution. Therefore, think 20. ETF expense account debit 20 as an ETF payable, and ETF payable account credit 20. ETF payable account credit 20 as an ETF expense. ETF expense account debit ETF payable account credit. This is the fourth steps. ETF expense account debit, ETF payable account credit. You have to apply 4 steps. All the business organization available employees, this is a legal requirements. Fund එක තියෙන central bank එකේ හැම මාසෙම කොටසක් යවන්න ඕන central bank එකට. දැන් මේ ගාන තියෙන විශේෂ දේ තමයි trial balance is not given. It means those are not recorded yet. Therefore, you have to apply 4 steps. Net salary paid in cash. දැන් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන exam එකේ දෙන්නේ trial balance එකත් එක්ක. Trial balance එකේ salary කියලා balance එකක් තිබුණොත් it may be net salary, it may be gross salary. Cash account කඩේ salary account විතරක් debit කරලා තිබුණොත් net salary. මෙන්න මේ EPF contribution of employee also part of salary. If it has recorded trial balance available gross salary. ප්‍රමාණ තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන දීලා තියෙන salary gross දෙනෙක්ද කියලා. It is depend on contribution of employee. ප්‍රමාණ trial balance එකේ net salary තියෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, gross salary තියෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. If it has not given trial balance, those are not recorded yet. You have to apply 4 steps. දැන් මෙතන තේරුම් ගන්න try කරන්න ඕනේ. Trial balance එකේ salary කියලා balance එකක් දුන්නොත් මොකද කරන්න කියලා. If it has given balance in the trial balance as a salary, think how to records. Normally 4 steps will be applied. Right now, think all the expense accounts should be closed. Or then salary can expense එක close කරන්න ඕන. EPF expense එක close කරන්න ඕන. ETF also expense should be closed. Close means difference value as income statement. But EPF payable is a liability. ETF payable also liability. Balance should be carried out. අනිවා close කරන්න බෑ. Close කරනවා කියන්නේ difference value should be considered as income statement. Right, question number 3 වලට යන්න. Question number 3, it has given trial balance. It is include salary. ඔන්න third එකේ තියෙන වෙනස බලන්න. Question number third one try to answer. ඔන්න trial balance එකක් දීලා නැත්නම් තාම record කරලා නැහැ එකක්වත්. Therefore, you have to apply 4 steps. But if it has given trial balance, part of adjustment has been done. For salary ke balance එකක් තිබුණොත් ඒ කියන්නේ cash account කඩේ salary account debited already. It may be net salary, it may be gross salary. Think question number third one. Question number third one, read carefully. Recognize given salary net to gross also. Question number 3. Think trial balance 31st March 25. Salary account balance available trial balance. It means they have a double entry. Cash account කඩේ salary account debit වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකනේ net salary. අන්න එක අපි හරියටම හොයාගන්න මෙතනින් බලන්න. දැන් මේ salary account එකට double entry දෙකක් යනවා. First එක තමයි cash account කඩේ salary account debit. Second step employee contribution. Think about employee contribution, salary account debit, EPF payable account credit, double entry. Right, present is normal, but think here both contribution of employer. ඔන්න මෙතන තමයි බලන්න ඕන හොඳම තැන. මෙතන තමයි තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. gross ද net ද කියලා හොයනකොට decide කරන විදිය බලන්න. both contribution of employer and employee has not been recorded for the entire year. මෙන්න මෙයා රෙකෝඩ් කරලා නැත්නම් කවුද employee contribution. employer නෙමෙයි අපි බලන්න ඕනේ employee දිහා. Reason effect for salary only employee contribution. employee contribution salary account debit EPF payable account credit කියලා තාම රෙකෝඩ් කරලා නැතිලු. එහෙනම් salary කියලා තියෙන salary ඩියෝක ගන්න. ඔන්න හිතන තැන බලන්න. net ද gross ද කියලා decide කරනකොට බලන්නේ contribution of employee for EPF. If it has recorded gross salary available, if it has not recorded net salary. Salary account එකට effect වෙනවා employee contribution for EPF also. Salary account debit EPF payable account credit double entry. But in this example not recorded. එහෙනම් මේ salary කියලා තියෙන්නේ net salary. Therefore you have to know how to calculate gross salary. Think there were double entry. Cash account credit, salary account debited already. Therefore no need to prepare cash account now. Think how to records. First one complete calculation parts. First one complete calculation parts. Trial balance available salary 810,000. Prepare the working like this. Question number 3. Think how to calculate net salary also. And think how to prepare ledger account also. Or then cash account credit, salary account debit වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි තාම contribution of employee record කරලා නැහැ. Therefore trial balance available net salary. Question number second one, so third one. Prepare working like this. EPF divided by two parts, employee and employer. ETF only employer. Then think how to calculate net salary also. Here is space for calculation. Then gross salary minus EPF employee equal net salary. Think how to calculate net salary also. It has given trial balance salary. Think salary account, there are two entries effect for salary accounts. Net salary cash account credit, salary account debit, and employee contribution salary account debit EPF payable account credit. මෙන්න මෙයා තාම රෙකෝඩ් කරලා නැත්නම් trial balance එකේ salary කියලා තියෙන්නේ net salary. Therefore given trial balance as a salary 810,000. This is a net salary 810,000. Then gross salary මුලින්ම හොයාගන්න ඕන. Based on gross salary value should be calculated. ඔන්න බලන්න gross salary හොයන විදිය බලන්න. When calculate net salary from gross salary deduct employee contribution. බලන්න මෙයා හොයන්නේ මෙන්න මේ gross salary එකෙන් deduct කරන 10%. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි gross salary 100 කියලා හිතුවොත් deducted 10%, therefore net salary equal 90. 10% deducted from gross salary. Therefore think net salary equal 800. Think how to calculate gross salary. 810,000 divided by 90 into 100. මෙයාගෙන් divide කරලා මෙයාගෙන් multiply කරලා gross salary එනවා බලන්න. Therefore this is gross salary. Gross salary equal 900,000. Gross salary equal 900,000. Net salary is given. How to calculate net salary? From gross salary deduct employee contribution. Employee contribution equal 10%. If gross salary 100, deduct 10%, net salary equal 90. Therefore this value divided by 90 into 100, gross salary can be calculated. Then based on gross salary, EPF, ETF, employer, employee should be calculated. Right, value should be calculated based on gross salary. Think gross salary equal 900,000. Based on that value, 10% equal 90,000. And based on 900,000 into 15% equal 135,000. As well as 5% should be calculated based on gross salary. 900,000 into 5%. Therefore value equal 45,000. Value should be calculated based on gross salary. Think net salary is given. How to calculate gross salary? Think about. When calculate net salary, from gross salary deducted EPF employee contribution. They think here will be equal 800,000. We know gross salary now. And employee contribution equal 80,000, 10%. They think net salary. Now salary account balance variable trial balance. They have a double entry. Cash account credit salary account debited already. No need to prepare cash account now. Salary accounts, EPF expense accounts and EPF payable accounts. EPF expense and EPF payable, ETF expense accounts and ETF payable accounts. Prepare the ledger accounts. Salary accounts. Salary, no need to prepare cash account now. And EPF expense as well as EPF payable and ETF expense as well as ETF payable. Prepare the ledger accounts and record given balances as a BBF. Think salary account balance available. No need to prepare cash accounts. Think trial balance available, net salary. How to decide it? Employee contribution for EPF has not been recorded. Right now, salary account as a balance brought forwards. Cash account credit salary account debit recorded already. That value should be recorded now as a balance brought forwards. Record values in 1000. Record values in 1000. It has given balances 810,000 trial balance. That value should be recorded as a balance brought forwards. That value should be recorded as a balance brought forwards. It has given values in 1000. It has given values in 1000. Therefore, salary account as a balance brought forward 810,000. Given balance values in 1000. Then make a theorem cash account credit salary account debited already. Think normally you have to apply 4 steps. Step number 1, second steps, third one, and fourth one. Step number 1 recorded already. There were double entry. It has given trial balance. Cash account credit salary account debited. Therefore, now 2, 3, 4 should be done. Think second steps, contribution of employee, part of salary, salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. EPF payable account credit as a salary, salary account debit as a EPF payable. This is the second steps. Salary account debit, EPF payable account credit, second steps. And third one, employer contribution. Employer contribution 135. ETF expense account debit as a EPF expense account debit as a EPF payable. EPF payable account credit 135,000 as a EPF expense. As a EPF expense. Things third steps. This is the third steps. EPF expense account debit, EPF payable account credit. Then fourth one, ETF only employer contribution. ETF employer contribution also. ETF expense account debit 45,000 as a ETF payable. ETF payable account credit 45,000. ETF payable account credit 45,000 as a ETF expense. Expense account debit, payable account credit. EPF expense account debit, EPF payable account credit. Salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. Think salary account balance available. Cash account credit, salary account debited already. මේ ගාන තියෙන වැදගත්ම දේ තමයි ට්‍රයල් බැලන්ස් එකේ දීලා තියෙන salary net the gross කියලා හොයාගන්න විදිය. ඒක හොයාගන්න කොහොමද අපි? salary එකට double entry දෙකක් යනවා. cash account credit, salary account debit, then employee contribution for EPF, also salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. මෙන්න මෙතන තමයි හොයාගන්න අපි. ඒ කියන්නේ employee contribution for EPF, if it has recorded trial balance available gross salary, if it has not recorded trial balance available net salary. Very very important thing. Given salary net or gross, you have to decide based on contribution of employee for EPF. If EPF contribution of employee has been recorded, trial balance available gross salary. If it has not recorded, net salary. Then salary expense should be closed. EPF expense account should be closed. ETF force expense should be closed. But payable accounts, liability, balance carried out. ETF payable also same way. Balance should be carried out. That part we have discussed last week also. Now move to the question number 5 බලන්න. ඔන්න 5 තමයි ගොඩක් ළමයි තේරුම් ගන්න නැත්තේ. Question number 5 very important. Think trial balance available, EPF payable account also balance available. EPF payable account also given balance. Question number 5, read carefully. Let's see the question number 5. Recognize given salary net to gross. Think EPF payable account also given balance. Salary account also balance it as given. දැන් මේක step දෙකක් ඉවරලා තියෙන බලන්න. Cash account credit, salary account debit, salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. पण මෙතන කියනවා contribution of employee. මෙන්න මෙතන වැදගත්ම පාඩේ බලන්න. Contribution of employee has been recorded for entire year. Think contribution of employee also recorded in this example. It means cash account credit, salary account debit, salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. පළවෙනි step දෙකම ඉවරලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් තියෙන gross salary. Contribution of employee also recorded already. Therefore, you have to calculate only employer contribution. Employer contribution. Step දෙකක් ඉවර වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Therefore, no need to prepare cash accounts, only filage accounts, but trial balance available gross salary. මොන බලන්න වෙනස? EPF payable account balance also given. Contribution of employee has been recorded already. Trial balance available gross salary. Therefore, no need to calculate gross salary now. It is given. Right. Think how to calculate and how to record. EPF same way, divide by two parts, employee as well as employer contribution. Employee and employer contribution. Question number 5, very important. ඔන්න තේරුම් නැත්නම් අල්ලගන්න try කරන්න. And think how to record in the ledger account also. EPF payable account also given balance. Contribution of employee has been recorded already. Contribution of employee has been recorded. Trial balance available gross salary. Therefore, no need to calculate gross salary now. Question number 5. Think trial balance available gross salary. Trial balance it has given gross salary. Therefore, no need to calculate gross salary again. Value equals 700,000. And EPF payable account also balance it as given. Right. Based on 700,000, 10%. It has recorded already based on 700,000 15%, as well as based on 700,000 5%. Here will be equal 70,000. Here will be equal 105,000. And here will be equal 35,000. Now it has given trial balance gross salary. Right, step number 1 and 2 recorded already. Think about gross salary equal 700,000. EPF contribution of employee should be deduct. Value equal 70,000. RC is a net salary. Think net salary equal 630,000 net salary. Now think contribution of employee recorded already. Net salary also recorded. Normally 4 steps to be applied. For the megani menne me dekama record kala iwarai. Palawani step dekama gila denne. EPF payable account also balance available. Then think prepare the ledger account salary, EPF expense and EPF payable, as well as ETF expense and ETF payable. Think salary account balance available, as well as EPF payable account balance available. Think EPF expense accounts and EPF payable. ETF expense accounts as well as ETF payable. 5 ledger accounts. Salary account balance sheet is given. That value should be recorded as a balance brought forwards. And EPF payable account also given balance 70,000. Think EPF payable account also given balance 70,000 as a balance brought forwards. EPF payable account also given balance as a balance brought forwards. Think cash account credit, salary account debit, EPF payable account credit. Step number 1 and 2 recorded already. Given balance will be recorded as a balance brought forwards. Then think third step and fourth step should be done. Only employer contribution should be recorded now. Step number 1 and 2 recorded, contribution of employee also recorded. Trial balance available gross salary. No adjustment effect for salary account now. You have to complete additional 3 and 4. Employer contribution, EPF expense account debit as a EPF payable, EPF payable account credit 105,000 as EPF expense. Now this is the third step now. You have to complete 3 and 4 now. ETF employee contribution also same way. ETF expense account debit 35,000 as a ETF payable. This is the fourth steps. And ETF payable account credit 35,000 as a ETF expense. As a ETF expense. This is the fourth steps. No adjustment effect for salary account now. Very important. Think EPF payable account balance available. Contribution of employee has been recorded already. Trial balance available gross salary. 2 steps completed already. Therefore, based on gross salary, you have to calculate only employee contribution. No adjustment effect for salary accounts. But EPF payable balance decide contribution of employee has been recorded. Then there are 3 expenses. All the expense accounts should be closed. Salary expense closed. EPF expense should be closed. And ETF expense also expense should be closed. But payable account balance should be carried down. EPF payable as well as ETF payable. Very, very important this example. EPF payable account balance available and contribution of employee has been recorded already. contribution of employee has been recorded. trial balance එකේ තියෙන salary එක net ද gross ද කියලා decide කරන්නේ based on given information. Based on contribution of employee. If EPF contribution of employee has been recorded, gross salary. Has not been recorded, net salary. Think adjustment 5 marks available. You have to recognize given salary net to gross, as well as if it has given net salary, think how to calculate gross salary. Then based on gross salary, think how to calculate value. But the මේ ගාන step දෙකයි අපි කළේ බලන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ පළවෙනි step දෙකම record කරලා ඉවරයි. ඒ නිසා තමයි මේ salary එකේ balance එකයි EP payable එකේ balance එකයි ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. Cash account credit salary account debit වෙලා 630,000. 70,000 salary account debit EP payable account credit වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Recorded already. Therefore, trial balance given salary, gross salary. You have to calculate only employer contribution for EPF as well as ETF. Then there are 3 expenses, 2 liabilities. Right, think about adjustment. We have discussed there are 3 adjustments already. Bad debts and doubtful debts we have discussed. And depreciation adjustment we have discussed. State loan basis, reducing balance methods. And think EPF and ETF adjustment also we have discussed. We are going to discuss how to prepare financial statement. Those adjustments available all the organization. It may be sole proprietorships, it may be partnerships, it may be company also. Therefore, think we are going to discuss how to prepare financial statement based on trial balance. We are going to discuss how to prepare financial statement based on trial balance. Process එක හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න. All the business organization, when they are going to prepare financial statement, from the beginning, changes in resource of the business organization should be recognized as a transaction and events. ඒ process එක හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න ළමයි. යන පාත් එක. හැම business එකම මුලින්ම කරන්නේ changes in resource of the business organization should be recognized as a transaction and events. Then second steps, information about transaction events should be collected by using source documents. Then third step, information included in the source document should be recorded in the prime end books. Then information included in the prime end books should be recorded in the ledger. General ledger, debtors and creditors ledger. After that, by closing ledger accounts, trial balance should be prepared in the general ledger. Then after that, if trial balance is not equal, error correction. If trial balance is not equal, error correction. After that, adjustment. Then you have to know how to prepare financial statement also. I will discuss accounting concept also together with adjustment. Think accounting concept are the assumptions. Accounting concepts are the assumptions. You have to discuss going concern concepts, money measurement concepts, substance of form concepts, materiality concepts, matching concepts, prudence concepts, historical cost concepts, disclosure concepts. Therefore, concept also I will discuss together with adjustment. Right, we have discussed already EPF and ATF, depreciation, as well as bad debts and doubtful debts. Next week I will discuss disposal adjustment also. Disposal. හරි, ඉතුරු ගන්න ටික ඉතින් හදන්න. හදලා ආන්සර් එක මට දාන්න බලන්න. Right, next week I will discuss disposal adjustment also. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් message එක දාන්න. ඔය ඉතුරු ප්‍රශ්න ටික හදලා දාන්න, මම ඉතින් check කරලා දාන්නම්. මේක ඉතුරු ගන්න ටික ඉතින් හදන්න. Right, good night.